Welcome to video 3 in this mini-series where we will cover part 3 called Design. Now, designing structure. Introduction. How will you lead your reader into your topic? Now, this can be similar to how you structure an introduction in an assignment where you build up towards your rationale and hypothesis, if it is hypothesis-driven research. But you have to do that in a much more concise and condensed way. And the main body, what sections do you need to address? And use your assignment brief to decide this. Now, your main body is, of course, going to be the largest aspect of this assignment, but you also need to make sure you use the design of the slides to prompt you to deliver all of the information you need to. And in the conclusion, summarize your evidence and findings and use the slides to help you do this in a concise and condensed way. So, separate information by boxes and show your reader how to navigate them. So you should always be using your slides as a complement to what you're actually delivering, the information that you are talking about to the audience. Now, constructing your argument. So you have to start off with what, and this can be what you have to introduce. So you're obviously going to introduce yourself, the speaker, the topic, maybe the outline of the presentation, and you might also introduce your argument here as well. You may need to explain the key terms if there are any kind of complex terminology that you have to use within your presentation. You're also going to look at the basic elements of the topic and then any relevant contextual information around this as well. And then we get to the so what, and this is where you're going to explore. So the issue or the issues or the main topic, the requirements of the task, and then you're also going to have to include some critical analysis of the topic or of your research area. Okay, so this critical analysis will be really important, enable you to get those higher marks. Just remember here as well, this is where we bring in the point, evidence, explanation, and link, that PEAL acronym. And then finally, what's next? Explain. Maybe explain your argument, maybe introduce here some future developments or some ideas for research in the future based on what you've delivered. And then, are there any alternative applications? And always remember, you'll have citations throughout, so you're going to need references at the end. And this all comes into design because the design of your slides behind you when you're delivering information is going to be key to complementing that information you're delivering to the audience. Aesthetics. So the design of a presentation or a poster should work for you, not against you. This means presenting your ideas as clearly as possible in an attractive way for the viewers. Use your text sensibly, so don't overload your slides with text. And you want to try and use your slides as a prompt. You do not want your audience just reading all of the information on your slides. You want them to be engaged with you. So use your slides in that way. Make it balanced, so use your layout of images, text boxes, and shapes to separate different sections and bring attention to those key points, those key pieces of information that you want the audience to take in or take away from your presentation. And don't fear empty space. You can use empty spacing strategy to frame your key information and prevent information overload. Accessibility. So the title, as you can see there, I've put in brackets just to show you, is in 44-point font. Now, making your presentation or poster accessible means ensuring that it is readable to a wide audience. And the font of that text there is 22 point. Consider size and spacing, so practice with different sizes to see what will work best. Make sure it is readable from a distance. That font is 24 point. The font, avoid fussy fonts that are difficult to read for maximum accessibility. Choose a sans serif font, or e.g. Arial, Calibri, or Verdana. And then emphasis. If you want to emphasize keywords or phrases, use bold. And as you can see through this presentation, I use bold for most of my main headings on slides, okay? And this is much easier than reading italics or having underlined. Now, some other aspects that will be good to follow in your slide design. So the alignment of text, left aligned text is the easiest alignment for the majority of people to read. There may be some instances where you do use centered text or fully justified text. The color, using clashing colors or combinations which are difficult to read is one of the most common errors in poster design or slide design. Use a color checker to ensure that your chosen combination is suitable, and you've got a link there to check for color safe if you would like to. The background, similarly, stick to a plain background rather than patterned. Remember, a presentation or poster is an academic assignment, not an artistic one. Ensure you address the content before worrying about the aesthetics.